Hello, first tonight, Look East can reveal that the doctor who killed a patient in Cambridgeshire is now facing 2 investigations back in Germany.
Dr. Daniel Ubani came to this country to work for the out-of-hours doctor's service Take Care Now. During his first night on duty in Cambridgeshire, he injected David Gray with a massive overdose of the painkiller diamorphine. Mr. Gray died soon after. Dr. Ubani was struck off by the General Medical Council in this country, but now, at last, the German authorities will investigate the case. Our Home Affairs correspondent Sally Chidzoy reports.
Excuse me, my name is Dr. Stuart Gray. I'm a proper doctor.
Dr. Daniel Ubani confronted at a medical conference in Bavaria last month by the sons of David Gray.
It was my father that you killed.
They are stunned that he is still allowed to practice in Germany despite his incompetence. For disrupting the conference, Rory and Stuart Gray were arrested and held in custody. But now the president of the German Medical Association has told the BBC that Dr. Ubani has been asked to attend a fitness for practice hearing next month.
Dann würden wir gerne ihm die Facharztqualifikation.
We would like to withdraw his licence as a specialist. We're the ones who provide it, and we would withdraw it. But this has never happened before.
Then, switching to English, Dr. Windhorst says Dr. Ubani's employers, the regional government at Arnsberg, should not have the power to continue employing him.
I don't think that they can have good answers when we say there is no possibility, from our opinion, that he can work and that he can make good medicine.
And the German Medical Association has bypassed the local government and taken the Ubani case to the ministry responsible for work, health and social affairs. Dr. Ubani has also been told that he will face a second set of proceedings, a disciplinary hearing before a judge to establish whether he has violated his professional code of conduct. Rory Gray met Dr. Windhorst to discuss his father's death.
I think they definitely know how serious this is now. And the most pressing thing is, of course, to get Ubani away from treating patients for the safety of the public. And after that, of course, very serious questions need to be asked of the German authorities, such as this, as to how he came to be a registered doctor in the first place.
100 kilometres from the Medical Association's HQ are the local government offices. Behind me is the base for the regional government here at Arnsberg. Now, they employ Dr. Ubani, and they say he was very sorry about what had happened and that they trust and believe him and that his credibility, they say, is intact. They also say to us that they don't believe what he did in Cambridgeshire would happen here, that he wouldn't kill a patient here because they don't use diamorphine in Germany. Now, we've asked the local government here for interviews twice now, back in January and today. They've declined. The Medical Association's criticised the regional government for its handling of the Ubani case. Privately, the local authority admits it's made mistakes. In Germany, he's used lawyers to gag the media, and 6 patients there have sued him for malpractice. He's declined all requests for an interview. Sally Chidzoy, BBC Look East, Germany.
Police across the region have been searching scrapyards in their search for thieves who steal metal. And in the early hours of this morning, a special train ran along the line from London to Southend. Gareth George was on the train and he's in Witham now. Gareth.
Well, Witham Station here on the London Main Line in Essex, and I bet you many of the commuters using the station tonight will have suffered delays because of cable theft. The problem is the overhead power cables are made of copper. That's worth thousands of pounds a tonne. That's why people will risk their lives to steal it. But the Transport Police are fighting back.
Midnight, and a train that isn't on any timetable slips into the darkness. Its quarry, cable thieves.
While looking out the window, we see cable hanging low and it'd be sparking as the train's going along. If cable's been cut, it'd be just like someone welding, and there'd be loads of smoke going across the rails, and there'd be sparks coming at the bottom of the wire.
This is a ghost train, deserted apart from the handful of Transport Police officers peering into the gloom.
Basically, these are night vision goggles which enhance our ability to see in the dark. Basically, they pick up any light source or any people moving.
Suddenly, they're on the track. cut cable has been spotted hanging from an overhead stanchion. It's possible thieves have cut it, intending to come back later and reel it in.
Absolutely. Very, very common in this area, which is why we're targeting this particular area on the operation tonight.
Copper stolen from the railway causes massive problems, both for the travelling public and for the industry.
A briefing for officers about to pay a visit to local scrap metal dealers.
The local team has found a couple of tonnes on a vehicle that had been stolen, and that would be worth several £1,000s.
And at a scrapyard near Basildon, officers find a roll of copper cable that, according to the address, should have been delivered to the London Underground.
The message we're trying to send to scrap metal dealers is that we are actively seeking out people that buy and sell and deal in cable from the railways.
But there'll be many more late patrols before the Transport Police beat the cable thieves.
And I should, of course, point out that the explanation behind that particular roll of cable may be entirely innocent. Today has actually been a national day of metal theft action. Other forces in our region have been in action. Around 100 officers from Cambridgeshire executed search warrants at scrap metal yards near Wisbech, and in Suffolk, police were stopping suspicious vehicles. The police would also like to point out that stealing cable is incredibly dangerous. Last year, one person in Essex was electrocuted.
Gareth, thank you very much. The jobless figures were out today, and in this region there was some good